Yeah, baby. Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon a daily basis. Our information's predetermined by some biased business. We all in sermon to Silicon that push out lovely neighbors. I'm done with paper chasing, think I'm on the bigger banquets. This that full circle, new wave, energy on a Tuesday. Turn a blue day to a bright hue, yellow with a smooth A in hair, extra fruit, the brand. You can't move me, the music is man. It's a con job, but it's grand. I'm blessed with a great hand amongst many that stand. Yeah, it took some hard work, but blind luck play a huge role. And they say that it don't, when they feeding you fool's gold. And if I know one thing, the truth's home. Even if it's a tough thing to swallow, an even harder thing to hold and truly know without a doubt while on the globe. Even though that seems inherent, it ain't always so apparent. Dangle carrot, you ain't always gonna get it. But don't worry, it's a pretty February in a year with more to carry and more days is yet to come. Under the sun, taking the ferry to the city where the moment's extra pretty, like the people, like the idea that I keep inside my brain that isn't equal to the real world. All that stress ain't saving me, fear though. I swear to God I'm trying, but they pushing their demons down my esophagus, screaming the easy life, what I want always. Praise made up holidays, tell me that love is the answer just to boost this economy. Buy more sell now, but I ain't following. I ain't a hollow man, I'm fuller than fall winds. Take it all with a tall grin, and if you feel it, do it with me, and just sing what the song says. Take it all for what it is. It ain't all so big. So big. Take it all for what it is. It ain't all so big.
This is Unsolicited, and I am Security Boss. Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. It is Monday, and it's been a good Monday. It feels good here. All is well. I hope everything is good with you all too. Remember, when you come into the live, you give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do. I'm going to bring up my co-host here, and we're going to thank you. Moments with Mickey Red. Hello. How are you? TR Baby, how are you? You know, TR Baby, I just love your comments. I mean, they all over the place. Black Man Unfiltered.
What's up?
Yeah, nothing much. How you doing?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. Vaughn, thank you so much. He says, hey, Security Boss, just passing through to show some love, peace, and blessings. Vaughn, you ain't got to pass through. You know you're welcome here at all times, so please come back if you have to be somewhere else. I definitely understand. I definitely do. You work. You do your work. You put in your time, and I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for what you do here and just being here and supporting. Thank you so much. Black Man.
Yes.
We're going to get into it, but, you know, we're going to talk about what you got to tell that whole story again, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got to go back, and then we're going to go forward. But, you know, before we do that, though, we got to catch up a little bit. But before we do that, I'm going to let everybody know what's going on. Of course, tonight I'm with Black Man Unfiltered, and we're going to talk about those dysfunctional traumas and those things that happen in our life when we were children, and have we actually gotten over it? Are we still in our trauma? And then I want y'all to know on Wednesday, myself and Anton Daniels will be here at about 8:15. We got a show planned. We're going to do a whole lot of communicating, conversations, and I just want everybody to be there. So if you can, definitely be there. Definitely want to let everybody know over here, y'all know we had a party. We keep it light. We love the music, and we have the Moneyline song. For those of you who want to give super chats, there it is right there. And that's what we do. When you hear the Moneyline song, however it moves you, make sure you're moving. But that's what we do when we give a super chat. And that shows our support. And it also lightens up the mood because the mood, the mode and the mood, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it gets real heavy around here.
They do.
And we want everybody to be happy and, positive, actually. Positive more than happy, because we can't make sure you're happy. So $4.99 gets the Moneyline song. We appreciate anything and all things that you do. You don't have to, but you definitely get the Moneyline song with $4.99 and up super chats. What else did I want to? I mentioned Anton on Wednesday at 8:15. We're gonna get back to gender talks on Friday, I think it is. But just wanted to share all that with you. But for you, black man, it's Monday, and I know what you do for me. Tell me what's going on in the world. Got anything good?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like I don't even know what to choose right now. I don't even know what to choose. So
Money, life, and business. How are you? Choose something that you think. Oh, well, wait a minute. Before we go there, though, let me tell y'all about my weekend.
Yeah, come on.
I was down there in Atlanta, and I was able to go to the meetup with Anton. We had a real good time. I met a lot of supporters. Big Bad Bull, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Hubby's here. So that was fun. And you know what? It made me think about it, because I think I asked you about the next meetup, and I think you said you were going to be there. Is it in Houston, correct?
It's in Houston. I'll be there. Yeah.
And I'm actually thinking about taking that ride.
Okay.
Yeah, I should say that ride. Yeah, we can't drive. We might have to get on the plane and come there. But I'm thinking about it, because I do have a lot of supporters there, and you and a whole lot of other people that I would love to see. Mr. Brian, thank you for that super chat. Mr. Brian getting it started. He said it's all good. Love your show. I always look forward to hearing your perspectives. All right. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for your $5 super chat. And you get the Moneyline song. I hope you're ready. Moneyline. There you go. You're going to have a contest. Yeah, we are. That ain't nothing right there. Yeah. Listen, we're gonna have a contest. Listen, we're gonna have a contest, and we're gonna tell everybody to bring their best Moneyline song dance and see what happens. Bolo, how are you? Good to see you, Bolo. Hope all is good. So went to Atlanta. It was good. We had fun to get to see everybody. It's odd though. Y'all see me. I know you, black man. But people see you and you don't see them.
Right.
And then they come up to you, security boss. And I'm like, hey. And they were like, I'm this. My name is this. And I was like, okay. I'm so glad to meet you. Hakeem, hello. How are you? Thank you for your $5 super chat. Listen, Hakeem doing it right. Y'all say, look, black man, we ain't gonna have no choice but to keep it positive tonight. They say we're not gonna even get started. Y'all got your money. Mandrea, I hope you got your shoulders moving, because here it comes. The Moneyline song. I gotta tell you something about this though. You know that Mr. Steele, he know all the words.
Man.
I don't know how he did that, but he knows all the words. There you go. We're gonna have a contest though. Thank you so much, Hakeem, for your $5 super chat.
Hey.
DRH19D. Hello, thank you for being here. Mandra, you haven't missed anything. We haven't even got started yet. We're just talking about we're just doing some catch up. I'm trying to figure out what black man knows, what's going on in the world. I try to stay far away from social media and those things, but black man, I use you. I'm sorry.
Mr. Boss, I hope you're ready for this one. So you guys heard about one of the biggest stories out right now is the sperm lace cupcakes.
What do you mean? We heard about it.
Have y'all heard about it?
I ain't heard nothing about that. I wouldn't even know where to get it. Where you go to get a story like that?
So let me tell you, the news. It was all over the news. So let me tell you
the regular news. Oh my gosh.
So let me tell you what happened. This young lady was a teacher. Her husband is the sheriff department. He's a sheriff or something. Anyway, him and his wife, she got caught up with messing with some kids at school, right? So, messing with them, some teenage boys. Mm-hmm. And they called her and they went to arrest her. Well, when they went to the house, to arrest her. They went through all her stuff. You know how they go through your stuff and confiscate all your stuff. And she had a recipe book. And for the last 10 years, her and her husband have been making sperm-laced cupcakes for the kids. So the husband would, do his thing in a cup or whatever, and she would pour it into the cupcake mix, stir it up, and bake the cupcakes and serve them to the children.
You know what? I don't know the purpose of that, but I'm going to answer this question. Mandrill said this was literally everywhere. How did you miss it? I didn't get away from it. You know what, guys? I don't know. Maybe because I was out of town this past weekend. Right. I don't know. But I have not heard anything about this. This makes no sense.
She's been doing it for about 10 years.
I try to keep junk out of my head. This is true. I really do.
Oh.
So maybe that's why I missed it. I don't do social media. I told you. I do YouTube though. I do a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We need to get back to it. We're going to get back to it this week. We got to get back to Tina Knowles' documentary.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I'm going to watch it though. I am going to, don't say a word, but that reminded me though. I need to get back to it. Definitely do. Mr. C. Hell no. Yeah. That's what the girl did. But I don't understand the purpose of making the laced, can we call them laced?
Yeah.
Cupcakes. What does that do?
She put her husband's sperm in the cup.
But why?
Cupcake.
What
Just
was
nasty.
purpose?
It was in the recipe book.
Nasty.
It was in the recipe book. Flour, self-rising flour, this, that, sperm. And she's been doing it for 10 years.
Ine, hello, how are you? You know what, Black man, I don't know what we're gonna do. We having trouble. I seen y'all last night over there on Sir Hell though. Talk Hell, how are you?
You did? Yeah, we had a good show.
I did. Y'all, you see me over in that chat going crazy. I was like, let me stop. Let me just stop, because this has nothing to do with me.
I know. I was just looking at this. I said, look at her.
This has nothing to do with me, because I'm like, oh God, we have so many problems and so many issues. Oh, listen. Talk Hell says some people use their body fluids for their face like a face cream. Is that right?
That is correct. In some countries, it's a delicacy. They actually, in some countries, use it in their food as well.
Stephen Day. Hello, Stephen. You know what? Y'all could tell me anything. That don't make sense to me, but okay. I've heard some rumors about it clearing up your skin, but I didn't think you actually physically used it. I thought the fact that you know what I'm trying to say, was active was what cleared your skin. That's ridiculous. My God, it's crazy. So anyway, I'm gonna add something to this, and I'm gonna give something for the our supporters here to think about, because this is something that I've been hearing so very much. So after you tell your story, I want to get on something that's kind of important to me. I need some help. I need some clarity.
Okay. Because
yesterday on the way back home, I'm in the car and I was looking at the Lapeef Mr. Lee on his platform. And there was an incident where a young man, I think his name was Sway Media, was speaking about something, and I'm listening to it on the radio. I'm not seeing it, so you have to kind of understand what's going on. Hello, Bethany, how you been? So Kevin Samuels came up and interjected into the conversation with the young man. And I'm not going to we could go over what he said or whatever. You can go back and take a look at it. Hey, Aaron, Sway in the morning. Sway, I'll mess up. Aaron, I'll mess it up, Wanna. It was Sway in the morning. Aaron, you know what? Thank you so much. Maybe you can help me out with this story, but I'm going to get to the part that irked me the most. Because I'm okay with people having differences in opinion. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a minute. But I want to know, when did everything under the sun become disrespectful? Don't answer it now. I just want you to think about it. Because everything we do is now classified as disrespect.
Yep.
Now, I may need to go. You got your computer. You know how that goes with me. I don't have access to that. But I'm in a minute. You tell your story and bring us back to the dysfunction and take us through the trauma and heal us.
Yeah, right.
We're going to get to the part where we talk about this disrespect, because obviously this is some form of trauma or something that we've gone through, because everything in the world is not disrespectful. And everything in the world is not disrespect. Some things are just true, the way they should be, and the way that it is. So we're going to talk about that. I need some help. I mean, have you noticed too that this is a huge issue? Why are you looking at me like that, black man?
You know, I know.
Okay. I just want to make sure because it's kind of like we just gloss all over it, but everything you hear is trauma, toxic, and disrespect. I mean, how can we even talk to each other if everything we say is going to be disrespectful? How even am I talking if I'm in trauma and I'm toxic? People who are full of trauma and that are toxic probably shouldn't be talking and probably shouldn't be on these platforms because this is not a healthy place for you if you're in the midst of that.
Right.
Because you're sensitive, you're hypersensitive, and anything somebody is going to say is going to put you back to a place where all the trauma and the toxicity happened.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that in a minute. So anyway, we're going to let you though, because you know what? You left us all hanging. We were sitting there with our mouth open. I know you had to go take care of some business, but everybody was like, I want him to complete that story.
I will.
So let's go back and just see what's going on. And you tell us about this. Man Drill says, don't even get me started on this subject. Well, man, we're going to stay on topic today. And we're not going to put you in the canceling section. But I do want to know what you think about disrespect. How is everything disrespectful? Everything is disrespect.
Yep.
Even if I'm whispering in your ear, I'm probably disrespecting you. Also, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's see what this says. Michael H says toxic people are disrespectful. That's how they roll. Huh. Toxic people are disrespectful. Well, Michael, I'm not trying to get into this right now, but do you also feel like people that are toxic see everything as disrespectful? Hey, JoJo. Hello, security boss husband. Hello, husband boss and security wife. Hello, chat and family. JoJo, you the man. So do you think people who are toxic see everything as disrespect?
Oh, absolutely.
Everything?
Yeah, because they don't want any accountability.
Oh, you going down the wrong road now. I didn't mean to take you down there. So let's go. Wait a minute. Big Bad Bull said, just keep talking like me. Can't just keep talking like me. Can't please, and your POVs won't cater to everyone at the time. Okay.
Big Bad Bull, I like that. Big Bad Bull. That's the one that I can agree with that.
Oh, he always profound over here.
That's why I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, Big Bad Bull.
He always. Big Bad Bull, did you get my message? I told you I missed you on Friday. I didn't see you on Friday. I always look for you in your comments, and I didn't see you on Friday. I'm glad you're doing well, though. I'm glad you're here. TR Baby says, disrespectful and disrespect will remain. Wait a minute. Will remain. Got to stay prayed up always. Yeah, that's good too, TR Baby. But we got to figure this out, though, because what I was taking note to with the men over there, Mr. Lee's trying to put together something where men can be leaders and take back their communities and things of that nature. And everybody's not a leader at the present moment. So you have to learn how to follow, and you have to, especially when you're talking about elders or older men to younger men, and you got to have an ear to listen.
Exactly.
And I noticed that when I was looking at it, I was like, dang, we in trouble.
Yep.
Because we missed the bigger picture, because maybe I didn't say it right. Maybe because I said it too aggressive. Maybe because you just wasn't in a good mood. Just all of that.
Sensitive.
And we ain't gonna talk about black men. Come on, let's talk about the dysfunction, because that's another form of dysfunction that we got to get on. So you want to tell it from the beginning, because what we were talking about, you was talking about that first wife and how you went to the job. You go ahead and tell your story, and then we're gonna move on to this disrespect, because I think that must be a hot button.
Yep, it is. So guys, so this is a story. No, I'm not gonna do that. So listen, I was married, and I thought I was married to my best friend, of course. We knew each other when we were children. My mom and dad knew her mom and dad. We went to church together. Oh, it was just, fabulous. So fast forward that, we end up dating. Fast forward that, we end up getting engaged. Fast forward that, we end up getting married. She was amazing as a wife at first. Did everything. I mean, I mean, she was bad everywhere. Bedroom, kitchen, massage. I mean, she was just wonderful. So
Wow.
what happened? She one day she was going to college, and she said, I told her she didn't have to work. She didn't work. She's a stay at home, and we didn't have kids at the time. So after a few years of her being in college, she said she wanted to start working at a hospital because she was going to be a nurse, and she started working at a hospital. So after some being there for some time, one day she called me. She said, "You know what? I got to work a double today." She said, I'm already tired. I said, "Hey, you can come home if you want to. You don't have to go to work." And she said, "No, I'm gonna go. I need the experience." I said, "Okay." I said, "You know what? I'm gonna do something sweet for her today. I'm gonna go buy her some flowers, get her something to eat." So I go to the hospital. I get on the elevator. I go up to the floor. I get off the elevator. All the ladies there know me because I normally come up there and bring her stuff all the time. And she said, "Hey, what you doing up here today?" I said, "Oh no, I just bring the wifey something." She said, "Your wife was off today." So immediately, I didn't think cheating. I thought maybe she got in an accident. I'm calling hospitals. I'm calling family members. I'm just calling everybody I can to see what my wife is. Um, Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'm worried because we don't have no issues. We don't have no problems. Everything's great. We travel. We have a good time. And so I was at a townhouse at the time. I'm just rocking. I'm sitting there rocking. And all of a sudden, here come the little car. I said, "Oh, there she is right there." And I was about to say, and I promise you guys, something just said, "Be quiet. Don't say nothing." So I was quiet. She got out of the car with her regular street clothes on. She opened the front door of the car and the back door of the car to create a wall, I guess, that somebody wouldn't see her undressed. She took her jeans off, her shirt off, threw that in the car, and put her scrubs back on and came back in the house. And came in the house, and she walked through the door. I said, "Hey." She said, "Hey." She said, "I'm finna go get straight in the shower." She said, "Man, I work hard today." She said, they worked me to death. And I'm thinking, what? Wait, whoa. So at that point, it's starting to hit me a little bit. I'm like, oh, damn, okay. So she was in there, baby. She was in there scrubbing that nigga off of her. Oh, I'm sorry. She was in there taking a shower. And she was in there for a long time. And she finally came out. She said, "Good night." Try to give me, "Nah, I'm good tonight." I said, "No." So she got in the bed, went to sleep after about 10 minutes. Her phone started ringing. She was out. Phone started ringing. I look, I said, "Damn, I missed it." Pick the phone up, voicemail, press 1, hold. Hey, baby, I just wanted to make sure you made it home okay. Hey, I had a good time with you, but I just wanted to make sure you made it home. Let me know if you made it home or not. I enjoyed our time together. I see you tomorrow. After that, I woke her up.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I need to know how you were feeling in that moment.
Oh, well, that's when I was a teddy bear. I was a sweetheart then. I was one of those guys that was very, very highly, highly religious, and don't know other woman. I can't even look at another one. I was that guy, and so she was my everything, my only thing. And so at that point, I'm like, broke up. I mean, I felt like I got hit in the chest with a sledgehammer. I felt like an elephant tripped over some wire and landed on my chest. At that point, I was broken immediately.
Could you breathe?
Oh, I could breathe a little bit. My anger started peaking up. So, so I woke her up. I said, "Hey, get up. We got to talk about something." I said, she said, "What is it? What is it?" I said, "So how long y'all been together?" She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Who's this?" Listen, listen, let me tell you something. I'm sorry. I said, I just want to know what I did to you. I said, "Was it me?" Right? Because I used to blame myself for everything. "Is it me? I just, I just want to talk to you about it. Can we just talk about it?" I said, "Nah, not right now." I said, "I'm not in the mood to talk about it right now." And she said, "Okay, can we just talk about it in the morning?" I didn't sleep. That morning she come in. can we talk now? Yeah, that's fine. I said, what'd I do to you? Nothing. You didn't do anything. I said, so what made you go and do that? She said, he was just so persistent. And every day is just, every day is every day, every day, every day, every day. He always saying something. He want me, he want this, he want that, blah, blah, blah. And she said, I just gave in. I said, wow. I said, can he at least do for you what I've been doing for you? You know, she couldn't say anything.
Hold on
So
for one moment. Hold 1 second. Y'all, please, when you come into the live, let's get these thumbs up. Black man is telling this story. This is a life changer.
it is. It
If
was.
y'all don't understand, he's telling it lighthearted, but this was his wife.
Yep.
And if you have never experienced a broken heart or walked in on somebody doing something that was inappropriate, that was your spouse or someone that you cared about, you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what to do with yourself. It's deep. It's deep. So listen, I don't wish it on nobody. A broken heart is big.
Yep.
And continue.
So she went to explaining. He was persistent. She fell into it. She made a mistake. Blah 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 blah. Right.
God.
So after that, I just was silent for a long period of time. But then guess what I said? I said, I had some time to think. I had some time to go riding in the country because I was in Louisiana at the time. I had some time to go ride and get some air in my face. And I come back and I told you I was super religious, super Bible guy, right? Still is in my head because you can't get those verses out of your head when they've been beating in your head your whole life. But, I started to think about some of the verses that related to my situation. So after a while of being quiet, I said, you know what? I forgive you.
Ooh. How long did it take for you to get to that?
That was probably like Friday. I was quiet all day Saturday, probably Sunday night. Probably
weekend.
That weekend, yeah. And I said, I forgive you.
Now tell me something. I understand about the being religious and being in Christ, and I understand the forgiveness. I understand all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back on it, was that what you were truly feeling, or did you just not want to be alone?
That's what I was truly feeling because I love her. I loved her at the time.
That's deep. Keep going.
We get into the simp university. So this one I became a simp. So I said, I forgive you. And she was like, you do? Absolutely. I said, man, we all made mistakes. And I said, biblically speaking, the Bible says, the disciple asked Jesus, how many times do I forgive? Do I forgive him 7? And Jesus replied to him and said 70 times 7. Right.
Yes.
And so I said, you've only made one mistake. And so I forgive you. And she had this big smile on her face, but she was crying. And after that, everything went well for a little bit. Everything was good, but I was simping. And man, if I could go back, that situation would be completely different. But I was simping back then. I was simping hard. So then I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna stay together. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. After that, about 3 or 4 months passed, or whatever. Everything's going good. Then my little boy was born. I'm telling you, this was a process. And then right after my son was born, my daughter came right after him. And so I was like, okay, we good, everything good. And then all of a sudden, I go to work one day. I get off work. I'm fast forwarding, guys. So I'm getting off work one day. I come home. I sold cars, so you had to be at work there at 7:00 to tie the balloons. We opened at 8. To tie the balloons on this. I work for a Mazda, so a company. So I went in at 7. I got off around 8:30 that night because car salesmen work long hours. So I got off at 8:30. Walk in the house. I say, "Oh no, that's the wrong house." Damn, I walked in somebody's house. I said, "Hell no, this is my house." With nothing. No furniture, no TV, no movies, no shoes, no clothes, no baby crib, no nothing. Everything was gone, right?
She took your stuff too?
No. She left my stuff.
Okay.
Everything was gone. She took that damn ice trays. And I'm looking like, damn. I said, what's this about? So I go and I look in the kitchen and I look in the dining area and I see a letter there on in the front of a bottle, and it had her rings there. And so I open up the letter and it says, I will always love you. You will always be in my heart. You are everything to me. She said, but is it possible? Question mark. Here, right, here's the question. Is it possible to love two men? Because I've fallen in love with him and I've made my choice. Boom! I felt like a 12-gauge shotgun hit me right here. So I'm like, oh, I was sick.
Damage to the heart. Damage to the heart.
Yeah, man. So she moved away with this guy. They went to Georgia, went to Atlanta, and her family lives there.
Hold on for a moment. TR baby, thank you so much for your 99-cent super chat.
And
so she made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I love two people, never talk to you about it anymore. Let me ask you a question. So obviously, even though you felt like it was broken off, they still had been talking the entire time. Right. Am I understanding that?
You're right.
Exactly. Did you suspect anything, or did you get your trust back?
No. Because see, when you have an habitual cheater, when they get caught the first time, they get better at it the second time.
Woo.
Yeah. So yeah, I had no clue. She had me gone.
That's some low down stuff, man.
Yeah, she had me gone. I mean, sexually had me gone, food wise, kept me fed, kept me in the bed, and so it was. Yeah. So yeah, it was food wise. So what happened is, after a while, didn't see my kids for a while, none of that, right? And I'm like, God, no. So I'm sick. My job called me. I said, get the hell, I don't give a damn about no job, to stop calling me. I was just sick. I was just sick. And so nobody could get me to talk. My brother didn't even want to talk to nobody. Just leave me alone. But then the elder hit the room. My grandmother, baby, I can't hold nothing back. That woman just got me wrapped around her finger. And she walked in the room. She said, baby, this your grandmother? I said, yeah, grandma. You gonna sit here and mope and be all mad, and this girl out living her life. She say, I don't normally say this. Get your ass up. So I got up, rose up to the occasion. She said, boy, you need to do something with yourself. What's your job? Did they fire you? She said, you need to go back and apologize and people get your job back. And I said, yeah. I said, rent due. Oh, Lord, this hit me later. Rent due. Let me go pay the rent. Got my phone.
Oh, no.
She took everything.
She took all the money also?
Took everything. Savings, checking, everything. Bam. Out of there.
She did it all in the name of love, right? Ain't that what the letter said?
So my grandmother, being the elder, being the loving grandmother that she is, that's what I'm saying. You can't say nothing about that woman to me. I beat the world to death. I fight by myself. But she said, son, this ain't nothing. She said, you always can come back from something like this. And I said, Grandma, how? I'm broke. She said, nah, baby, this is what Granny gonna do. She said, see, proper planning is always the best thing for those who are in need. I said, okay. What that mean? She said, I'm gonna pay your rent for 6 months. I'm gonna pay your car payments for 6 months. I'm gonna pay your car insurance for 6 months. She said, I'm gonna pay your energy bill. I'm gonna pay everything in here for 6 months. That should give you enough time to get back on your feet. Amen. She said, take all your checks, put them in savings, save them up. And at the end of the 6 months, you should be good. I said, okay, Granny, you're right. Okay. So I went and talked to my job, got the job, whatever. Didn't see her for a long time. Didn't see my wife for a long time. End up doing this. End up one day we at the house, my family trying to keep me going. They over there with having a little barbecue and everybody, laughing and joking. And I'm like, okay, I'm almost over this thing. I think about it, but I don't. I ain't, my emotions ain't where it used to be. And boy, I get that My brother answers the door. He said, "Oh, hell no." That's what I hear from the front. I said, "Oh, get my gun," because I'm thinking something to go down. So he said, "Oh, hell no." I said, "What's wrong with you, fool?" He said, "Man, you ain't gonna believe who at that door, bruh." I said, "Who?" He said, "Man, go look for yourself, man." He said, "Boy, you finna act a fool." And I walked around that corner and looked at that front door and saw her standing there looking. Oh, she was looking so good, Jesus. Hey, listen. I was a simp.
Time on that one. Double. Did we have a double?
Hey, listen. I was simping. I told you I was simping. I done graduated from that simping. But anyway, so she was standing at the door, and she had everything together. I said, "Oh my God!" So I said, "What the?" I said, "What the? What's going on here?" She said, "I need to talk to you for a second." And I said, my brother said, "Everybody, let's leave." My brother whooped all over again. And I was like, "We'll fight later." So everybody leaves. She comes in. I said, "Where my kids?" That's the first thing I asked her. "Where my babies?" She said, "They safe, they good." I said, no, that ain't what I'm asking you. She said, "They're safe, they good." That's all right. I said, "Why are you here?" She said, "I've been thinking, and I've been really, really thinking, and I know I've hurt you. I know I've done some things to you and that had nothing to do with you. But I want you to know that I love you and I miss you and I want to come home."
Dearly beloved.
She want to go where?
She want to come home.
And you said,
"Dearly beloved."
And after she said that, she gave me that thing right there.
Oh Lord, let's take a break. Hello, Brittany B. Hello, Goldie. Blessings, Army Yahweh. Hello. Y'all, we need a break. We need a money line. We need a money line, because there you go. Because
hey,
it's about to blow my mind right now. Give me mine. Yeah. Okay, Black man, she was coming back to get all of you. She was coming back to get all of the rest of you. She's gonna have you jump.
Yeah, she put that thing on me, and right there, boy. I mean, it was tough, and so she don't want to come home, and here go me, simp again, guys. That's what I'm telling you. Listen, I want you to learn from my mistakes. So simping again. You know what?
No,
I forgive you,
but
come on home.
No, Black man, no, you didn't.
I did. I'm being as transparent as I possibly, guys. I'm telling you. I said, "Come on home." And so, baby,
this is the third time now. This is the third time.
She come home and brought the kids, and oh baby, I held my babies for about 3 to 4 hours. I just hold them, like see my babies. My baby girl left in diapers, came back, potty trained, running around playing. And so I was just hugging my babies. Jesus. So after that, I never forget it. Like time passed. We were doing great. Spent a lot of time together, spent a lot of time with the kids. And then what happened? We went. She said, you should take a weekend off and let's go spend some time with the kids. I said, okay, cool. So we took the kids to the zoo. We taking pictures with the kids. We're just walking around on the train and the boat. And then right after that, I was like, man, everything good, man. All right, baby, I'm on my way to work. All right, go to work. Everything good. Come home. Gone again. So this time she was gone for good though, because I didn't allow her to come back after that. I was like, listen, you're gonna go live your life. You're gonna do what you want to do. And she did.
Listen, Mook, Missouri, this is a tough one. This is a tough one right here. He said, "Your baby's question. You sure?" That's a tough one,
man. You know what though? I will say this. Oh Lord, if you see my that's a note. Listen, if I tell that story, security boss gonna stop the show, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
We got to say it out for another day because I'm about to.
I can't. It's something that happened between that. Yeah, something happened between that time. So, oh yes, baby. She deleted one because she wasn't sure. So listen. So anyway. Watch this. So I after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. You can't come back. I'm done. And she was like, what are you talking? You can't come back. Don't call me. If it's got something to do with the kids, cool. But other than that, don't call me. My mama say, let me get my mother, not my grandmother. Now, my mother is she get her temper from her daddy, my grandfather. My mama was like, let me cut the bitch. I want to cut up. I said, Mama, no, that's not what we're going to do. Mama, that's it. No, I'm going to get her on her mama. I said, why would you get her mama? Because she had her. I said, no, Mama, leave her alone. So after that, I started being more family oriented. I started putting more time and volunteering more time at the church. And I was doing all kind of stuff to just keep myself busy. And over time, I just deleted her completely out of my head. I didn't think about her, nothing. So she gonna tell one day, oh, I filed for divorce. And she called me and she said, I just got some papers. I said, yeah. I said, it's time. These are the words she said to me next. Wait a minute, you ain't gonna just let me live my life first? I'm coming back.
Okay. That's enough. Stop right there. Listen. Do you even like women? Do you? I mean, I heard you make a comment the other day, and I wanted to ask you about it because you said, "Security boss, I see you, and I see how you and your husband interact, and right. I like it. And when I see other women, it just makes me mad." And I may be paraphrasing that the wrong way.
Yeah,
you want to take it from me?
Yeah, let me paraphrase. I said, when I see women like Security Boss and Auntie TJ,
right,
it upsets me because women don't aspire to be like you guys. They aspire to be hood rats. They aspire to be something else. And they're walking around here, want to argue with everybody, want to fight with men, want to cuss men out. And I'm like, girl, you too pretty for that. You acting you pretty, got a pretty face, but just want to fight, want to box, want to beat up on me. I said women are not, when they don't aspire to be like you guys, it just gets on my nerves. It just makes me it upsets me.
Well, listen to this. I'm taking it one further because we're talking about dysfunction and trauma. Mm-hmm. I saw 3 blows that you received that I don't think I could have walked away from without. I mean, I don't know how you did it. Hello, Jenny. How are you? I don't know how you did it.
It was family.
Heart-wrenching. Brittany B. I hope I said hello to you, Brittany. You know what? It's just, black man, that's tough. Yeah. I'm saying to you, after all of that, you had to pick up yourself and with the family support, which is very, very good. I'm glad you have in the love of Christ. And I agree with that. And I know that's how you did it. But to trust another woman to marry her or to date another woman to just see if you could be out there again to have a wife, because you want to be a married man. You're a married man.
Well, hold on now.
Tell us something.
Oh, not after that. After that, baby, I said, oh, I'm about to go give everybody this thing today. Baby, anything moving, getting shot up.
Wow.
Oh, yes, I had boom, 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 boom. Who next? Come on in. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I was tearing them down. I was knocking them down. I was treating them as such, dogging them out. Okay, you gave me what I need to get the hell out of my house. And so, I was tough. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Get your ass out of my house. We done. So yeah, I mean, and it took again my grandmother to be like, hey, whoa. She said, baby, you got a daughter. You want a man to lay down with your baby and tell her to get the hell out when he done what he doing with her? I said, well, because I tell my grandmother everything. She say, so you just laying down, just giving all that meat pistol to these women and they ain't committing to none of them. No, ma'am. She said, get your ass together. She said, you a husband. You ain't no hoe. You a husband. And so I was like, all right.
And that was so true. I can see that from way over here. You are not a hoe. You're definitely a husband.
Right.
But tell us about that trauma, though. See, that's what we're talking about. That's where we are, whether it's a man or a woman. Yeah. That hurt you went through. How did you get past that, though? Was it?
It took a lot. Like I said, it took a lot of putting myself in position, putting myself in places that and it was good that she didn't live in the state anymore. That really made it better because I didn't have to go to church and see her. I didn't have to see her at the grocery store. I didn't have to see her at Walmart or passing at a red light or whatever. So, because the town we from is so small, everybody know everybody. So I would definitely be passing her. So that was good that we weren't in the same state. But
so tell me though, what were you feel? Okay, so what did you feel? And don't say nothing. Let's go a little deeper than nothing, because I know it was nothing. But what did you feel towards those other women? The ones that you just shooting them up as they go, get out. What were
nothing? Yeah. They were nothing to me. Like I had no attachments whatsoever.
So you totally lost connection to women.
Oh, absolutely. Bang, bang, bang. Because I felt like, oh no. And that's the thing. Okay, let me tell you this. Oh Lord, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it because I'm being transparent tonight. So as I was growing up, the reason my grandmother used to say that I was her husband, because even at 13, I told my grandmother, I want to be married. She said, what do you want to do? I want to be successful. I want to be married. I want to have children, right? I want to provide for my family. These are things I want to do at 13. And so as I grew up, I tried to preserve myself. So I didn't drink. I didn't club. I didn't smoke. I didn't party. Right. I said, when I get with this woman, she's going to know that I haven't been out here in this world participating in any of that. Right. And to this day, I've never had a glass I've never had alcohol in my life. I'm 38. Right. Never had alcohol in my life. I've never been to a club in my life ever. And so I just never had the desire for those things. Right. And so, because I was building myself and I got used to that lifestyle, saying, oh, I don't need those things. I can find other ways to do things. And so I want to go travel and go fly here and do this. I'd rather do that. So, but yeah, after that, I was just meat pistol everybody. And then my grandmother, I'm telling you, the way I got through it, if it wasn't for my grandmother, oh, my grandmother is just amazing. My grandmother was truly amazing. At the time, Brittany Obia, you're so stupid. At the time, I did want to go back to the old lady. Matter of fact, I had a conversation with her, and I told her what happened, and she said, "Well, why are you over here?" She said, "I've given you all I can give you." She said, "But I wish you the best." And she said, I hope you don't go out here being a weak man over some stuff that's over a woman that ain't worth nothing. And she said, but I'm going to leave it at that. She said, you're going to make your own decisions. She said, but I'll see you on the other side. She said, she said, get in your car and go on back to your family now.
Is Brittany talking about the woman, the 49-year-old? Brittany, that was way before that. Listen, Black man has had some traumas and some dysfunction from women. That's right. Right now, I want to know, do you have triggers?
No. Now, and I had them a long time ago, but therapy, thank you, Lord Jesus, for therapy. But I used to have them because I used to could watch a movie. Boy, my sister said, let's watch this movie. What movie was that with this woman cheating on her husband? I don't remember. Boy, I was sitting up there. I was hot. And so I used to get triggered off everything. Boom, boom, boom. Just anything I see on TV, a song I hear, I was hot. And but then I got over it. I mean, it took about 2-3 years to get past that whole phase. I'm talking about everything together. The whole phase, the being triggered, the being angry, to hashtag F all these females, just hit them and move on. Make them your shadow chick. And then, so
this is where we are, though. This is what we do, because everybody has experienced some part of what you went through. Maybe not maybe not with a wife or a husband, but 3 times over, just the brokenness that you know what? I hope she's doing well, because I tell you what.
Hey, but you know what though? The last I heard, because she's a. Well, I don't want to say this, Lord, but I'm gonna say it. She's
your children's mother now. So we're gonna paint her in a good picture.
Yeah.
This
well,
is
I would paint her in a good picture if she. What
That
year
mean
is
we ain't
this?
gonna say nothing. That mean we ain't gonna say nothing at all.
I'm saying what year is this? 2022?
2022, yes.
She hadn't seen the kids since 2018.
Okay, we ain't gonna say nothing. We ain't gonna say no more because guess what? We got to talk about this because a couple things have happened. There were some red flags out there that you, as a man, a good man, should have seen.
Yep, blinded.
And we know why. And that's a real thing. But we're talking about traumas.
Mm-hmm.
That made you, that could have, it altered your life. You went through a whole lot of women and a whole lot of, I'm gonna call them energies that you shouldn't have had to go through.
Right. And and I want to add this. Me and her did not have sex until we got married. I had, oh yeah. That was one of the things that we wanted to do for each other. We wanted to, because I was taught that. So my grandmother was a teacher of these things. And when you find a woman you want
to, she wasn't a virgin.
No.
Okay.
But I chose to say, you know what?
You did.
My grandmother taught me as a child, growing up as a teenager, when you meet the woman you want to marry, don't let your penis get in the way of your connection. And so that's one of the things she used to teach us. And so I wanted to get to know her. I wanted to get to know what she liked, what she wanted to do, her aspirations in life. I wanted to get to know her, and we did. But then the caveat, I ain't trying to take her for. But at the end of the day, I remember her telling me after I filed, I remember her way before we got married, telling me some stuff about, she was so emotional about it, she couldn't really get it out. But she was telling me some stuff about some stuff that happened with her uncles and, all kind of stuff. And so she said, I don't really want to talk about it because I can't even get it out. I get too emotional. So come to find out, from the time she was probably 6, yeah, 6 years old. From the time she was about 6, till she was probably 15-ish. Yeah, she was being molested.
Oh,
like badly. Like it was family, men, uncles.
Oh, you talking about she was great. She was great.
Yeah.
Several times, sounds like.
Oh yeah.
She was confused about herself completely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gosh. Hello, Mimsy. How are you?
Bless
Michael H says that's unequally yoked. Mr. C says, I know these types very well, trigger code words. Mm-hmm. Listen, I would think that there would be some triggers because I've heard this before. If you have a dad or a mom that drinks or gets drunk or whatever, and you see a woman or a man that drinks, it triggers you.
Yep.
It make you upset automatically. And you don't know why you're acting out because you're thinking about your mother or your father and how they drink, and what they do when they drink, and automatically you're hating that person, because you're seeing it all over and over again. Or if you're dating a woman, listen, Big Bad Bull made a comment there, and he said, you actually put all the trauma that you went through on those other women that you were dating, shooting up the club with, as you went along because of what happened. And this is so very true because we don't know. He says, yes, he fed that trauma right back into several other innocent women, unfortunately. This is true.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this now. I ain't shoot the club up. I was in the club, but I came out and went into the parking lot, baby. I wasn't shooting no club up. Oh no. Hell no. But
oh my goodness. Well, we hope
I come up out the club and went straight to the parking lot. No, sir.
But listen, that's what we're dealing with. And I'm hearing that you're saying you basically heal from the support of your family in just time. Mm-hmm. Even though women appear to be more resilient, I think that type of stuff hurts us worse.
Yeah.
So I think this is a lot of what we're seeing now, of the anger, of the fighting, of the pushback. I do think that a lot of that comes from past relationships. Now, listen, I'm not saying that this is an excuse and we shouldn't be held accountable for it, because at a certain age, we got to be accountable for what we do.
Right. And that guy that she had, the sweet guy, the roses, the 5-star hotels, the traveling every weekend, all that stuff, taking weeks off of work, going out and traveling and getting big bonus checks and spending them all. And we used to, she had 5 or 6 scrapbooks about this thick that she used to do, but from all the stuff that we experienced together. And I'm saying to myself, because the dude ended up leaving her for somebody. But I saw my sister showed me something about 7 years ago. There's this guy asked her on her social media, when was the last time someone did something romantic for you? And she said, the last romantic thing I did, a guy took me horseback riding, and cowboys cooked us steaks, and we watched the sun go down. And I said, damn, I did that about 4 years ago. So she was still attached to what I did for her, but now she didn't have me no more. Like so the last thing I did for you was with this other guy. You can't think of nothing, right?
You left me for him twice, and you still can't think of nothing he did.
And now, he ended up leaving her anyway. But
so they never okay.
But good luck to her.
Is she remarried now?
Oh yeah. She never remarried.
She did marry again?
Yes.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, they haven't even been married 4 months, I don't think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now you have your children, but am I right? So okay, you said she's pretty much done. She's now really a single woman and going on with her life, basically.
Right, exactly.
And you don't bother with her.
No.
Oh.
I mean, I want her in her children's lives, but she's refusing to do it. So
are you ready to have that conversation with her new husband?
About what?
I mean, you said you want your children to be in her life. That's a conversation. You need to sit down and see what kind of man he is.
But she's completely neglecting them. She's not even reaching out to him.
No, I'm just saying I'm saying if she does decide to come around, she maybe didn't come around. I hate to give her an excuse, and it's nothing but an excuse. Right. But being a single woman, never been in that situation with the kids, she's always been with a man. She may have felt like she wasn't capable of taking care of the kids and working and doing all that. Now that she has a man in her life, which is her husband, he may lead her to come and see about her children. You'll see what kind of man he is if he tried to get her to do the right thing. And I'm hoping that he will, because she does need a relationship with her kids.
Exactly.
And if that happens, are you ready to have that conversation?
Yeah. I mean, I'll sit down and talk to him.
Yeah, men do that. Y'all can do that good stuff like that.
Yeah, because from what I've seen so far, it's not a guy that I would want my son and my daughter around.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what I've seen, right? What I've seen that,
All right, then you can keep quiet then.
Yeah, God bless him.
Yeah, keep quiet, because if you're not getting good energy, you don't want to even have to go. Yeah.
I don't want to have to do that to him. I don't have to do that to him. That's my baby. I'm my babies. I can't.
Unfiltered network security lost joined.
Sorry about that. You have gone through a lot, and I appreciate everything that you share with us, and the traumas that you've been through.
Absolutely.
Is it just tells us about all the things that we actually go through as men and women. And if we can actually talk about them, we'll be better off. Because I've felt, listen, that first time when the house was cleaned out, I felt it. Now I didn't know you had 3 times under your belt. I don't know what you was going through.
Yeah.
But I just can't imagine.
I get life happens, and it knock you down. You just got to be prepared to get back up.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear all that. I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm sorry for you. But listen, do you want to say anything else about the trauma? I mean, do you have any, you also say that you went to therapy and that was a lifesaver for you, not for that particular issue, but I'm almost sure that played a big part in probably who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it was good for you. I mean, it just took care of a lot of things.
Because even now, like I'll go do a little comedy or something. It's all, I take my life experiences, and me and Sir Hill had this, shout out to Sir Hill Speaks. We had this conversation. He was like, dude, how are you so witty? Where's all this comedy come from, dude? All this stuff you just come on top of your head. I said, man, from pain, brother.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where my insides were just, it's like a hurricane went through me on the inside. On the outside, I got everybody in the room on the floor, and that gave me peace.
Wow.
Yeah. So I worked through it by giving other people joy. I kind of heal myself. So.
Okay, well, continue to share it, because I'm hearing and agreeing with you that you have gotten past it, but it's hard for me to imagine that you don't have some triggers when you see certain things would make me think she just like that ex-wife about it, and you would be just dismissive to a certain type of woman. I can see that.
Well,
But if you say not, then I agree with. I mean, I'm whatever you say.
I admit it. I admit that when it first after it happened, it took a while to get to this point. I ain't like, listen, guys, if you're going through something right now, this ain't no overnight. No. It's a process. But it took me a while to get to this point where I'm at right now, where I don't get triggered by anything about that has to do with her. Because you know what made my triggers go away? To know that I'm in a position and everything that I plan to do with her no longer existed, but I've acquired it all without her. And so, and I look at her situation, I'm like, oh, they living with her sister. Ouch. So it's like, so you didn't choose well. And you have to live with that, and to know that you live with that. And for her to get angry, I remember one time, let me tell you this, I'm gonna be done with it. I remember one time I went to church and I had to sing. And as I was singing, the usher came and got me. She said, hey, come here. I said, what's up? She said, it's a lady outside want to talk to you. I said, a lady outside want to talk to me? My now wife was pregnant with our son. So I go out back and she's out there with some cigarettes. I said, damn, you don't smoke. You've never smoked. What?
Oh.
Your whole life didn't change. What happened to your lips? But anyway, so she said, here's what you're not going to do. I said, what? What happened? You didn't tell me you were married. You didn't tell me you got no kids on the way or nothing. I was like, why the hell I got to call and check with you? You know what? You stressing me out. I want to have more kids, and I don't want to have different daddies. I want all my kids to have the same daddies, and I want more kids. You ain't going to give me more kids. I said, you know what? I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry you feel that way. I said, but however, take your Newport shorts. And I say, after you finish that pack of Newport shorts, you probably going to feel better. She said, you always trying to be a comedian. No, I'm not. I wish you the best. Have a good evening. I'm going to go back in here and worship the Lord. And I walked back into church, and we didn't talk for a while after that. Long time.
You know what, black man? I hear a little mental illness, because how you can't crush a person that many times and still think that y'all supposed to be together.
She really? Yes. I'll tell you what she said. Why didn't you let me live my life? And I would have came back. I would have came back. No, hell no.
That sounds like Suge Avery.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go out there and scooch and hunch everybody, then come back home. Oh hell no, I did it. I was a simp, but baby, I dropped out of simp. I dropped out of simp university, baby. Oh yes, listen. I let that simp go. Baby, that man. And you know what? I tell everybody, a part of that man that I was for her, he's dead.
Yes. You know what that man was? That man was a boy.
Yep, he's dead.
He's gone. You grew up. Those were your growing pains, and you felt every bit of them.
Oh,
now you're a man, and you know what? I hate to say it, but sometimes we do have to go through it. But I do believe along the way somebody was telling you something and you wasn't listening.
Oh yes, when I first brought her in the house, in my grandmother's house, my grandfather, God rest his soul, loved him to death. He was a straight shooter, just like me. Me and him the same. She walked in out. He looked at her. He looked up and down. He say, "Son," right in front of her. Oh, that's gonna turn from sugar to shit real quick, boy.
Oh, black man.
Oh yeah, he did. That was before the engagement. That was before the marriage. That was before everything. And
hello,
I was like,
Anna. How are you?
And here go that simp stuff. You don't know her. I know her. I love her. I want to go dig my grandfather up and say, Granddaddy,
you were right.
You were right.
Black man.
Hey, Mandrell, I was a simp. I'm no longer a simp, but I was one at one time, Doc. Yeah, I learned my lesson. Can you
turn your microphone down just a touch, I believe? Just a touch. They good. No, you good. Okay. It was something else. But listen, I want to say hello to you and ask you how you're doing today.
I'm well.
Okay, and you also said you tired. Okay. Well, we ain't gonna keep you long because you ain't gonna blame us for nothing.
No.
Okay.
I'll make a sacrifice. I'll stay.
Did you go? It's the first of the month next month. Are you stripping for the nursing home tomorrow?
No.
Well,
they kicked me out after the last time.
Oh,
okay. Listen, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but we can go on the interview for Chick-fil-A tomorrow if you're free. Because I think they hire mostly at the first of the month. But if you're saying it's not a good time, I understand. But listen to this. you said you have some questions, but I want you also to keep in mind this. We get ready to talk about disrespect. So I want you to go ahead and ask your questions to Black Man.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Did you hear that story?
Oh, yeah. But that was mostly
my boy made drill.
You gonna tie that in because was that disrespect?
It's tied in.
It
No tying to be done. That's done.
Yeah,
We've tied it in.
But that's on her, and she's not here. For Black men, yes, it does, because for Black man, it was trauma. It was something he had to live through. It was broken heart. It was bringing that through life. It was shaping him. She's the one that was being disrespected.
I'll make the questions quick.
Go ahead, man. Let's see what you got.
Listen, I feel you on being a simp. I think most men have been simps in their life once upon a time. You know, at some point in time or another, no matter what we say, most of us have been simps. Okay? Or done some simp stuff in life. You know, I've had a woman where a girl at the time I was madly in love with, would have done anything for, you know, put up with a lot more than I should have. And that was the start of what you see today. But
interesting. That was a very interesting thing you just said.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the Army, the thing that happened to him was she left and took everything, and the guy comes back to an empty house and cleans out his bank account. In the Army, I saw that happen to people all the time. So this story is not new for me. That happened all the time. When I say all the time, I mean every week you heard about it happens to like 3 or 4 other people every week. Dudes just, and look, I got a friend of mine, a teammate of mine. This guy, his wife, we were downrange, and he finally got a chance to call on the satellite phone. He's talking to his list, and I'm thinking about, I'm about to get out. I don't want to do this anymore. It's messed up, you know, this, that, and the other. I want to get out. But she's like, well, when's your re-enlistment up? When's your time to get out? He's like, well, I'm in my window now. If I re-enlist, at that time, they were giving you bonuses, right? $25,000 tax-free, one lump sum to re-enlist. He didn't want to. She talks him into doing it. You know, just do one more enlistment. That's it, and we'll get out. He does it, right? Apparently, the deposit came through. He goes home, you know, for R&R, right? Like 8 months later. And R&R is only 2 weeks. So for us to get R&R, super lucky. It doesn't happen for us. You know what I'm saying? We had to do our whole 18 months straight. So he actually got it, got over it, got home. Everything was gone. The money, the re-enlistment bonus, all gone. Left him with nothing. No furniture. It was an empty apartment. And so, you know, like I said, ladies, you have the power to create supervillains. We can't keep you in check. We can't check you because you don't hear us. Y'all got to do it yourselves. And women who behave like that, you got to shun them. You can't be associated with people like that.
What's your question? What's the question?
Oh, bro.
How do we do it? How do we
do it? No, it ain't that. I mean, I'll see how you do it.
No, I mean, how do we shun them, or how do we call them out? How do we hold them accountable? I was just wondering, what was your question in that?
Oh, my question was to him. Bruh, where you at now?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
This might be in bad taste to us.
Yeah, therapy, family, a grandmother. Now she's about to be 90, but she's still alive. I still talk to her daily, right?
Okay, gotcha. Now here's a question. Another question. Listen, you say she doesn't talk to the kids and stuff now. What's up with that? Because apparently they were good enough to hang out with when they were super young and left you out. You know what I'm saying? Now they're with you and she's out.
Right.
What's up with that?
Well, basically, she reinvented herself.
Because
I've seen posts on her social media. My sister is so messy, but I've seen pictures. My sister screenshotted me pictures of her saying that she's single before she met this guy she's married to now. That she's single and she would one day want to have kids.
Would one day want to have kids?
Wait a minute. Like she don't have any?
Right. Like she don't have any.
Oh my God.
Bro, let me ask you something. Okay. Here's the thing. And you know I love you, right?
Yeah.
Have you had tests? Not that it would matter, But just for your peace of mind, have you had tests
Yes. Yeah,
to
I
make
have.
sure that
I-
your genes are out here in the ecosystem?
Yes, I have, because
Thank you.
because my mother would not let that die.
Okay.
I wouldn't either.
And my mama
right.
said, you need to go get that. You need to go get your son tested, your daughter tested. I said, Mama, I'm good. And, woo, hell no. She said, I don't give a damn if I have to pay for it. They going. I said,
All right. So listen, I've had enough of this woman, and I don't even know her. I'm mad at her, and I don't even know her, because
Yeah.
black man is a good man, and there's a lot of good men. I'm just kidding about that, but there's a lot of good men out there, and stories like this have happened. And I understand completely why you all have such a fear of being married, or as Tommy would say, what do you say? Is it something foo-foo?
I didn't know this kind of thing happened to civilians, though.
No, it happened.
That's what got me about his about Black Man's story. Like, he's telling his story, and I'm like,
it happens.
I've heard, I've seen this movie before. I just didn't know it happened to civilians like that. I
I've
thought it
known
was just
someone-
military.
I know
Military,
someone
yeah.
that went even farther. Black man says she did not take his things. I know someone who took the man's things, and y'all
Yeah,
wait for this.
That's
Y'all wait
what I'm
for
talking
this.
about, Black
But
Man.
wait a minute. Wait for this. She took the vent covers off the vents.
You lying.
I promise you,
boy.
I'm not lying. She took the vent covers. She took the listen, it ain't done. It's not done yet. I'm gonna tell you the best part, right? She had a statue made, a bust of her. So y'all know what a bust is, right?
Yeah.
A bust. She made a bust of herself that she had in the home. That was the only thing she left, because it was named after her, of course. She left the bust in the middle of the living room and took vent covers. Y'all, I'm not lying. She took vent covers and his clothes. She took everything. She took his stuff too. Everything.
And see, that's what I'm talking about, security boss, where these chicks would take the guy's stuff and pawn it for extra dough. And then these guys would have kids with these women and, never see their kids.
Well,
Never see their kids. I'm talking about 6-7 years down the road, they finally see them. But those kids don't know their father,
We got a vent. I don't mean vent. We got a vet. We got to look for red flags. Y'all got to move slow. You got to take your time, because this is traumatic. And it's nothing like having a man who's had to deal with something that traumatic. It does not do you all well at all. I'm not saying it does anyone well, but I do know that women are a little bit more resilient. But a man, so to hear Black man say that he's good, that's a story. That's traumatic.
It is.
To have someone clean you out like that. The lack of respect from your friend is detrimental.
Yeah.
And wait. How you gonna clean a man's bank account out, then come back to it? Hey, aren't you just gonna let me beat me? I would have came back.
It's almost
I know
like
it took all the money and everything. It just
she had a way of thinking. But listen, we're not gonna talk about that. We got something else to talk about, because that's enough of that.
I'm laughing at her, Black Man.
I think I said security boss the video. Did you just see the guy that did the paternity test with his daughter and his son?
No.
Y'all just spoke of that. He did beautiful children. He did a DNA test on both of them. And he was like, I know they mine. I'm tired of my family. They always talk about these kids not mine. And so they was like, okay, let's read the results. On the case of young little Debbie here, Debbie is 99.9% not yours. She was like 7. Then the baby boy was 3. He was already hurt. He just over there holding his chest. Then they said, on behalf of the little baby boy, he said, he looked like me. That's my son. I know. 99.9% not yours. When they hit him with that second one, he dropped to his knees. Absolutely. He couldn't even stand up.
I don't know how he breathed. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you can breathe. Yes, sir.
That's when I come out of people. Because if a woman does me like that, listen, okay, you and them kids, you're out. And people are like, yeah, but you know those kids.
Well, listen, you're saying that now because you're in your right mind, you're in your able body. But I'm telling you something. If this ever, and our Lord knows, I hope it never does. If something like this happened to you, this is so detrimental. I promise you'll be good to be able to breathe.
I know. I'm saying it would hurt.
Hurt.
How I would treat her and them kids like I never knew them.
Afterwards you can, but in that moment, You're not breathing. You're looking for oxygen. You're falling to you got to figure it out.
No.
Unless you, if you're that hard, then you never made a relationship with him anyway. But if you ever did make a relationship and something like that, and you done gone all 7 years of your life thinking this child was yours, and then all of a sudden on this particular day, I mean, you fed into this family, and all particular day that you find out it's not yours. When I tell you, you won't be able to breathe. You'll be grabbing your chest.
I would have them away from me because that would be best. Because that's 7 years of my life you wasted. Okay, and time is super valuable. Yeah, it's best for you to just, I'll mail you your things.
I don't know if you would see it like that because you thought that was.
I would, because listen.
I don't know, Mandrell. I mean, love is love.
I don't want to say what I would do on the internet and on your platform,
please don't.
She probably wouldn't be here much longer.
Listen, you don't. Okay, I'm getting ready to go somewhere else. How about this?
I'll make her kids an orphan.
Listen, let's go on. You are something else, sir. That's why. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. You're not going to make me talk about that today because we're going to get to the
I can tell you some stories about that too.
Chick-fil-A going to take care of all of this. Chick-fil-A going to take care of all of this. So anyway, going back to the disrespect.
Why would you send me there to get brainwashed like that? That's messed up, security boss.
I think that'll give you a good balance.
Yeah, but I'll be somebody different.
No, you brainwashed now.
No, not brainwashed.
I'm using your words. And so
the Chick-fil-A is going to brainwash me. I don't want to do that. Sit here with a smile on my face. Like, like that, being that happy?
No, they're not going to brainwash you. You take away from them what works. We want to add a little balance to your life.
That happy. They happy to be. They blow it out all day long, and they happy to be there.
Michael H says this: if you have a bond to those kids, shouldn't it be easy to cut the kids off? It shouldn't be easy. Blood or no blood. Yes, Michael, it is. This is Mandrill because he doesn't have that connection with anybody. That's why he can easily say that, because he hasn't experienced that emotion. So that's why he's saying that. He's a tough guy right now.
I connected with a woman's child before. That child wasn't mine.
And let's not forget her trauma, although it's never an excuse.
Right. So don't even bring it up.
Wait a minute.
Don't even bring that up.
Hold on, Anna. To do with it. Anna, I'm gonna need you to, before I go to the disrespect, Anna, I need for you to explain who is her and what trauma was she experiencing. Did we say something about
my ex?
She talking about your ex?
Yeah.
Anna,
that she went to.
Anna, I'm gonna need you to cam up if you don't mind, because I don't know what you're speaking of right now.
He said that she had gone through traumas as a child.
As a child when she was 5.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you're saying that because she had experienced some things, then we shouldn't forget that she did that, and she was.
And even after that, she said she was very active after that, like teachers, football players, things of that nature. Even when she was in middle school and high school.
Okay, so we're gonna just reduce this to sex. Wait a minute, hold on for a minute. Are we gonna just reduce this to sex? Is that what y'all think is going on? Is that what we're hearing? Okay, got it, Anna.
No, she's a person.
This is not about sex. Y'all know this, right?
No, she's a person who clearly had trauma that she never dealt with, but sex was an outlet for it.
Yep.
Exactly.
She had these feelings and stuff for these things, right? But the only way she expressed them was through coitus.
Sex.
So,
it was through sex.
Right, it was through sex.
That had nothing to do with what she did to black man.
Yeah, you don't treat nobody like that. That's no excuse.
It's something totally different. What she did to black man, cleaning, the sex part, of course, but she left and cleaned out. She left him in a way of, she was, God, I hate to say this. He was a good thing in her life and she couldn't see it. So she was intending to hurt him.
I think she saw it.
She cleaned him out.
She knew it. And she knew it and she didn't care.
And that's why she came back, because she knew I would take her back too.
Yeah.
She knew that.
So she knew. She knew.
You were so safe to her.
Yep.
But you know what? I want to know about this. Anna, think about this too. She knew that she suffered these traumas and she knew that she needed to come to this safe place in order to reveal these traumas to her, but she never asked him to help me. Can you help me get help? Nope. She never asked for help. She wanted to live in the trauma and continue to live, as what she say, black man, how she said, just let me live my life.
Yeah, I just wanted to live my life. I didn't get time to live. Oh
no, Anna, that's fine. You hadn't been here the whole time. We're trying to catch you up a little bit. Yeah, she wanted to live her life, even though she knew you were a good spot, and she knew you were safe.
Yep.
And she wanted to discuss her traumas. But let me ask you something, Black man. That's a good question before we leave here. When you heard about what she went through and the length of time she went through, what did you suggest? Did you suggest to her she go get therapy, or how did you all work through that?
It was tough. Because at one time one of the men that did that to her, he's a truck driver, and he ended up having a heart attack or something, or no, I'm sorry, I'm lying. He ended up having a disc that pop out of his back or something. And it did it while he was at a hotel, and guess who they called to come get him?
Herniated disc.
Her mom. They called her mom to come get him. And at the time we were still together at the time before all this other stuff happened. And we went out and they didn't tell me. So we went out. She said, I got a uncle that's out there that hurt himself. We got to go get him. He's stuck in a hotel room, laying on his stomach. His back hurt. So
wait a minute. Slow down. So you're saying you and her are going to get this uncle that actually
I didn't know.
Violated her?
The mama didn't tell me.
But she knew though, right?
Yeah, she knew.
Okay.
Her mama was there. She was there. I was there. They didn't tell me. So we get in there. I'm helping this dude up or whatever. So we get him. Yeah, we get him to the hospital. And then on the way home, it was a long ride home. Jesus Christ. And on the way home, she said, hey, listen, I want to tell you something because I don't want to keep nothing from you. I said, what? She said, you remember that uncle I told you about when I was a kid? I said, the one that, she said, yeah, that was the one we just helped. I said, boy, I said some things. I can't even say what I said. Ooh, I can't even say what I said. I can't even say what I said. But
do you see how dysfunctional that is?
Oh my God.
So
baby, I can't.
This is a hot mess.
Did she ever want to do something? Did she ever express to you that she wanted to do something about this? Say something to somebody?
Yeah, she said when it was happening, and this is where it gets deep. She said when it was happening to her, when it started early, because he didn't put too much on. She said he took her through levels of it to prepare her for that day when it was going to actually intercourse was going to take place.
Oh, okay. So he did not.
Right? No. He did, but I'm saying when she was 6, it was more like, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm gonna do this, yeah. And then she got a little older and a little wild, a little more older, and where she can handle. Then he did it. So, yeah. And so she said
she went up in the car with y'all, knowing how he's violated this young lady here, and he just acting like it's normal.
Ain't nothing.
God.
And so, but this is where it gets deep. She said she went to her mom and said, Mama, Uncle messing with me, he touching me. And these were the words that ruined her life. The response her mom gave. Her mom said, you just want some damn attention. He ain't put his hands on you. He ain't touch you. Matter of fact, get your ass out my face. Go sit down somewhere because it's the children that always break up the families.
Did she tell her father?
The father was not in the home.
Where was he?
Oh, he was. They had went through it. The mom and dad went through a divorce.
So the mom said. She said
nope.
the mom said the children are the ones who break up the household.
That breaks up families.
I've heard people say that too, Security Boss.
The children do it?
Oh yeah.
I've heard women say, women tell their kids, speak this same rhetoric. In fact, damn near word for word, verbatim what he said. I've heard not in my family, but I've heard other Black people, I've heard from other women as well who told me that that's the reaction they got when they told their parents about it.
Oh, you mean about that particular thing. I got you.
Yeah, once they tell their parents about it. And I've heard adults say that their kids came to them and told them this kind of thing is going on. And that was the response they gave them. Okay. And so my thing is, I'm like, y'all ain't worth 2 cents. Why do you have kids?
No. Listen, Mandrill, it's not that they're not worth nothing. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, you do.
No,
You
they
go over
don't.
there and you rip him apart piece by piece, and you do it slowly so you can enjoy it.
A woman
Okay?
can't do that, Mandrill. A woman
You
can't
hire
do that.
somebody to do it. You tell your brothers to do
No,
it.
listen. In our communities, it's a couple things. Now this changed over the years. It's a couple things you don't do. You don't call the police.
Right.
You don't.
Okay,
Because
so
then
if
I'm
you
gonna be
don't call the
mad. Let something
police,
happen to my sister. She told me, "Oh yeah, this happened to me. I'm on my way." No, that's okay. I call the police. You did what? I call the
okay,
police.
so
Why?
who's gonna
You're
take
ruining
care of
my
the
fun.
situation? The daddy's not in the house. He just said daddy wasn't in the house.
You call
So who's
daddy
gonna take it?
anyway.
It sounds like a bunch of women to me that are in the
It
home.
was. Yeah,
Yep.
So
it
who's
was.
gonna take it? And then who's gonna take care of the situation? If they would have confronted him, he's gonna lie and say he didn't do it. So then it's gonna be the
Beautiful.
child against the uncle. Everybody know the uncle did it. So who was gonna take care of it if they were not gonna get the law involved? Who was gonna take care of the situation?
Again, the daddy don't have to be in the house.
Okay.
If it's my child and the mother and I didn't work out, my baby calls me. I'm coming to get my baby, right? You're not gonna have him or her anymore. You got anything to say about it? I'm blowing it. Listen, I don't want to say no, listen. And him, whoever did it, he's definitely out.
Well, obviously that wasn't an option.
Proof or no proof? I don't need proof.
No, listen, I'm talking about an option. Dad was not in the home. There wasn't an option. Not everybody has
That's
that
a phone
male
call.
figure. Say what now?
That's a phone call.
No. It's that I hear what you're saying, but that's not always an option. I hear what you're saying, but it's not always an option. Sometimes that is just not an option. And then the women, they don't know what to do because the men are not around, and women are emotional, like we always say, negatively emotional, and can't handle it, But guess what? I bet you there are a lot of men who have been shot, deleted, stabbed, hot grease, and all that other stuff.
That's too quick. That's too quick. Y'all doing it wrong.
But that's what happened to her dad, though. Her mom, the years later, when her mom was saying, "Your daddy ain't this, he ain't that," and she sat down with her dad told her she was very abusive. Look at this on my arm. This is the grease where she burned me. This is where she hit me with the, So it was right. And her sister.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
The kid.
And her sister was married to the uncle. So her sister was married to the uncle. So she said her and her sister used to go out and go do yard sales on Saturdays, and they'll leave her there with him.
Oh, well, listen, you're dealing with a person who never had a chance.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Her growing up in that environment.
Did she tell you this pre-marriage or after?
Nope, after.
There you go.
Okay, but even listen, okay, so this is a real thing, right? And we know it's happened a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mandrill, you are single. Is this a deal breaker for you?
What?
To know that a woman that you're interested in, that you may be wanting to make your wife, has gone through this.
It's not a deal breaker. Not offhand. I mean, that's not that person's fault, especially if you're a.
But you see their trauma, though. Listen, Anna says 1 out of 3 people experience.
Right, because chances are you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I was about to get to that too. Chances are I already have dated several women who've been through this kind of thing, but I just didn't know because they didn't bring it to my attention. I know of one for sure who's been through it, and it showed in the way they navigate relationships. And when it comes to marriage, the amount of trust that I'm going to require you to put into me, the amount of responsibility I'm going to require you to put on me. Women who've been traumatized, they're hesitant, reluctant, and oftentimes don't agree to it.
Okay, so you are saying it's a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker. It depends on where you have you had treatment, how much treatment have you had, where are you with it? I'll give you a shot now. But yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, and a therapist said this, and I disagree with it. I heard a therapist say this one time. Triggers sometimes push you to the things that you don't want to do, and sometimes it pulls you away from things that you don't want to do. It works both ways. And I was like, no, because she was telling me this about my ex. She said she said she had triggers, but her triggers were what happened to her as her traumas. And so when that guy was being persistent, she said you don't know what trigger went off in her head to make her accept him in that way.
It could have been the grooming, like you said.
Right. And the thing is, for me, I know why I'm not like really traumatized or anything like that, because I was hardened over time. You know what I'm saying? You see, and the thing is, they caught her when she was young and weak. She was malleable at the age when it started, and so she was kind of molded into that direction from the beginning.
Right.
So that's why I said earlier, you're with someone who really didn't have a chance. She didn't have much of a chance at all.
But Mandrell, women are adaptable all through life. That's not something that we lose.
Right. And if I would have known that beforehand, I could have got her to help early.
Yeah, but you're still human. And you still are a female,
but guess what though? That's why we say the examples. If you give the examples of trust and it doesn't look like the trust that is out there that was violated, then the situation can be turned around. That's why we say, women can, you all can lead us if you're putting it, but that's something you have to know though.
Right.
I think you got to know going in what you, and I don't know what kind of questions to ask guys, because that's a big deal. That's something that women probably typically don't just share on the first couple of dates.
Right. But and the thing is, you shouldn't in the first couple of dates, because you don't want to run the guy off. That's something that will run men off. Now other guys, some guys who will try to take advantage of that knowledge if you tell them too early, but if it's a guy where it's serious and you see it going somewhere and you feel like you can trust that person with that information, you should let them know, and it's because it's not, for me, things like that is nothing to play with.
What though? I never speak of divorce, but Black man, I think you have been like one of the only people that I've talked to that has been married. I would say, I'm so glad you got a divorce. I'm so glad you got a divorce. I never speak of divorce because I think once you get married, whatever choices you made to marry that woman or man, I think that it's all for you. And those are growing pains that you have to go through, anything less than abuse. But that was darn near abusive what you went through, in my opinion.
So wait, okay, yeah. So you think that he should have taken her back when she left the first time with nothing and came back? He should have took her back?
With his belief system and my belief system, I would say yes.
Oh, that's the problem. How do you believe in that?
It has nothing to do with the other person. It has something to do with the commitment. That
person wasn't committed. Why are you committed to that? That person doesn't want you to be committed.
You're not committed to that. You're committed to the principles of God that tell you that.
The principles of God that tell you to say that and be taken advantage of by another human being. Where's God for you?
That's not what it says. It says for better or worse. He never told you what worse looks like.
We can't hear you, Black man.
It's for better or worse.
Yeah, it's for better or worse.
You never know what worse looks like. And you never.
We do now, don't we?
No, I mean, I don't know if that's the worst or not, because she left. I mean, he finally said, no, you can't come back. So you never know what God is doing.
Right.
You can't take it for granted that way. That he went through all that for some purpose.
Really? He has to suffer for a purpose.
Now, security boss, I'm gonna ask you, Mandrell, this. I saw an actual wedding take place, and in the wedding, the groom told his wife to be at that time when they were standing at the altar after they did their vows. He said, "Give me the microphone." He said, "I just want to say one thing to you, baby." And she said, "Yes." He said, "I forgive you." And she was taken back. She said, "For what?" He said, "For anything that you're going to do in this marriage, I want to go ahead and get it out of the way."
Wrong answer.
Boy, I said,
wrong answer.
I said,
so man,
you do not give a woman that kind of a pass.
Yeah.
Man, it's not a pass, Mandrell.
It is, because you're gonna security boss. If your husband had given you license like that in the beginning, you would have tried him. Not in some kind of uber disrespectful way. Somehow, some way, you would have tried him.
No.
You would have tried him. It's in your nature. You're gonna push it.
I don't think it's a cheating.
Mandrell, you don't understand. I'm a grown-up woman. I'm an adult.
I get it.
No, that's the part that you're missing. I take my life very serious.
Come on.
There's nothing in this world here that will mess up my relationship with the Father. See, that's who I'm scared of. That's where my fear lies. The little things that people find themselves in, indulging in things of this world, it don't interest me. It don't interest me. I'm scared of what happens after this goes away. So that's what
I'm
keeps
not
me.
afraid of that at all. I can't wait to get to that part.
That's
That's
what,
the interesting
let
stuff.
me get done. See, that's what keeps me. See, that's the part that people don't understand. See, it's a very serious relationship that you have with a person that you're becoming one with. Very serious. And that is my main objective, is to become one with that man. And I take every day, I make it my goal to become closer to that. Okay. That's what I do. So all these things that float around here in the world that appear to be tempting and, I got to partake in it, or this is a pass. It's not. It's the devil tempting you to mess up your life. And I'm not interested.
Can I say something?
Now, everything you just said,
hold on, Mandria. Can I say something to Mr. Boss real quick? I'm gonna take a page out of my grandfather's book. I'm gonna get close to the mic. Mr. Boss, you lucky bastard.
Seriously. Now you're trying to find me a match or whatever, but here's the thing. Everything you just said, I'm looking for that.
I understand.
That's what I'm looking for, because here's the thing. For a woman, I'm willing to do all that and more.
I got to share some things with you though, because we got to be honest about this.
Yeah.
I got married at 25. This is wisdom 26 years later. Okay. Understand what I'm saying to you. When I said the vows, I meant them. I meant them so much, my knees started to shake, because I knew then it was serious, because I heard them. See, not everybody hears the vows. I've just been serious about I've been a grown old woman all my life. If that makes sense. You know how you say, people say, that's who I've been. I've been an old soul for a very long time. So when I said the vows and I actually heard them, I'm like, it put a little fear in me. I'm not lying to you. And every day since then, I've been trying to get it right, or making sure I'm getting it right, because I don't want to fail at the covenant that I agreed to be a part of, because I didn't have to do it. I did not have to do it. And me messing up has nothing to do with my husband. You know what I'm saying? That's my relationship. And I just want to keep that intact. Now, this doesn't mean that my husband is perfect. Doesn't mean my husband gets it out right all the time, because that's not the agreement. That wasn't the agreement in the beginning. It says for better or worse. It says richer or poor. He laid it out to you, but you know what? We fly through it. We just say it and we keep going like it don't mean anything. It does mean, every word really does mean.
It covers everything you'll experience.
Everything. But no, we just can't get it in these physical bodies, because all we think about is what we want. And I just know it's a sacrificial thing. I'm not selfish by any means. All right. So, I don't always look for happiness, but I want to be successful in everything I do. And I think happiness will come. And if I'm living in this environment and I'm doing the right things, I'm going to be blessed. So money is not my issue. So what else is there I need to do?
Exactly.
Only thing else I can do is tell y'all about it. I'm just gonna come and tell y'all about it every day, every other day. I'm gonna tell y'all about it, because it's a real thing. I just got to get you all in the mindset of what you're actually pursuing, or what you say you want to do. If you want this, then this is what it's going to require. It's going to require you walking this out this way. That's all.
I'm fine with that. And that's something I'm ready for. I've been ready for that for a long time.
Well, Mandra, I hear you say that. And I know on the physical aspect of it, you probably are, but mentally, the humility that you show, it's not there.
Oh, listen, here's the thing. I'm just not with the nonsense. I can forgive a lot, and people are going to make mistakes.
It's not even about that, though. You may not have, but it's not about that.
What's
it may not be no nonsense. I don't know. It's just, are you in a place to identify what you actually need?
Yes. I've known what I need for a long time. It's just finding it is the issue. There are fewer and fewer people out there in the world than I think most of us realize. On both ends, both men and women, who are actually ready for a real marriage. They're just not.
I would agree with you, but I would agree with you, but you're here, Mandrell. You listen to me, and you've been listening to me for a while, right? So I'm holding you responsible, because there may be a woman that doesn't know, but I'm saying to Mandrell, you know that there's more, it's deeper than this. So I'm holding Mandrell responsible now, because Mandrell knows. This woman may not know, but Mandrell knows it's deeper than this. And if somebody said, well, how you know? guess what? Because I've been listening to Security Boss. I don't know everything yet. And it hasn't clicked for me yet, but I just know it's deeper than this. You now know. So if somebody comes up and try to give you some tomfoolery, you like, no, you're not it, lady. Because I do know it's deeper than this. It's just that we just take everything for granted. It's all about us and what we want in the physical. And I'm telling you, in order to be married to one man for 26 years or vice versa, it's a mental thing, it's a spiritual thing, and it's just not going to happen with a physical attempt. It's got to be
because there's going to be times in a marriage. Well, there's potentially going to be times in a marriage where you may not even be physically attracted to that person, or that might never be an issue, but your issue might be something else later on in the marriage. I mean, it could be any kind of problems that come up, but you have to have. So, and I get what you're saying. It's tied to your faith, because you have to have something that drives you and keeps you going and gives you the will and stamina to endure the relationship through those tough times, so you can see it through to the end. You know what I mean? Because it's always better once you go through the tough times together.
Always.
I get that. I've seen my parents have tough times, and it was just, and when you see it, it wasn't even a season. It was just a storm.
Right.
Lasted a few minutes, and it was over.
Right.
You know, and so, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But finding someone else of the opposite sex these days, and I know you're going to have to go through people. Everyone's not going to have the same idea of it as you are. But when it comes to those vows, I take those very seriously. Richer or poorer, better or worse, you know, sickness and health. Yeah, if that person gets down and paralyzed, that's it. But I have to clean that person. I have to stand by their side. I have to support them. And I'm very much so ready to do that.
But Mandrill, that's what you're missing. You're missing that part of your life. You have to show a woman that. That's what you don't have. I keep telling you, the compassion, the empathy, that's what you don't have. That's what you don't display. That's what you're lacking. You can't lead a woman to that belief system. And that's what you as a man have to do.
Empathy. I have plenty of empathy.
Now, Mandrill.
And
Here's the thing. It depends on what you did.
You know what I love
It
you,
doesn't
Mandrill.
depend on what you do. It doesn't.
But
the thing is, it doesn't come off like, just like when you first met me, right? You thought I was one way, but the more you got to know me, you're like, oh, I get it now. I'm not the average everyday guy you're gonna run into. You know what I mean? It's gonna take time to get to know me. It's gonna get time to get to know me, and once you do, you'll see.
But it doesn't matter, Mandrill. It doesn't matter, because I'm telling you, it's your job to lead them to this principle. It's your job to give them that belief system. It's your job to have that core foundation. It's your job to do it. It is your job to do so.
And when they get on your nerves,
you keep saying this woman, you keep saying this woman is, this woman don't want to do this. It's your job to lead them there. And if you don't have that belief system or whatever it is, it's still your job to get them there. It's still
I can get them there. They have to be on board, though.
No, they don't have to be on board, because they don't know. You just said a lot of them don't know. They just have to be willing.
Yep, there you go. That's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for, at least. They have to be willing. And a lot of them want you to get on their program and get on board with what they got going on, and I'm just not going for that.
You're right. Don't.
I can't go for that.
Yeah, I'm not going. And see, that's the brick wall that Bolo's sitting here saying, you ain't ready, bro. Maybe not. I'm not going to argue with Bolo. You know, he might be right.
Hey, Bolo coming up? Is he coming up?
I don't know. He might be.
Bolo, you definitely can come up. But listen to this.
You're going to have Bolo beat me up again? Y'all got Bolo beat me up every single week. Okay,
Bolo is not going to beat you up. I'm just saying to you. I'm telling you, this is not as physical. This is not so much a physical thing as you think it is. It's not. Actually, it's not a spiritual thing. It's that you have to understand what's going on. You're looking for something to happen in the physical. It's not going to happen. This is a spiritual, mental thing that has to happen.
And that's what I'm looking for. Here's the thing. Most of the time, I run into women who want me to, taking them out on dates, planning dates, stuff like that. They want to do that. However, I'm like, okay, cool. I just want to, I'll set the tone and set all this for us to have a conversation. But when you try to have a conversation with these bimbos, nothing. There's crickets.
Okay, so
I haven't heard that in a long time. Bimbos.
This is what's going on, Mandrill, and we're not going to beat you up today.
Crickets.
I'm just going to let you do this. there's some trauma that you have towards women, and it's obvious.
How's it trauma? I'm just looking for a conversation.
I'm telling you because
been hurt.
you're
He's been hurt.
grouping women up. You grouping women. Everybody's a bimbo, and I know everybody's not a bimbo.
No,
I'm just saying
right.
your life experiences. I've told you need a 6-month sabbatical, and I'm saying from all those
From
things.
dating? Okay, cool. I will not date for 6 months.
No, you probably already did that. No, not dating, but like from some of the YouTube, platforms that you're on. It maybe even mine, because you need to be.
This is wisdom.
I'm telling you why, because I feel as though there's a lot of negativity that flies through here. No matter how much I try to keep it positive, there's some negativity that towards women that may cloud your judgment, listening to other people's experiences. And you may think that there's going to be a perfect situation and she's going to be ready to jump on board. And it's not that way.
Not looking for the perfect situation. I'm looking to build with it. And that includes getting to know each other too. When I meet you, I'm a blank slate. I'm not expecting anything from you. Not from the get-go, just respectful conversation. That's literally it. This is easy. Just sit there and have a conversation.
Okay, so listen, I have beat you up enough. I'm going to talk to Bolo for a little bit. So I just want you to think about.
Bolo's going to get at me.
Bolo,
come with it, Bolo.
Hello.
How are you today, good brother?
Hello, brothers. How you doing, Mr.
I'm not gonna. I love Bolo.
For a minute, Bolo. Let me speak to a couple people. I see here. K Love, hello. How are you? Samantha, how are you? Michael says, Bimbo. There's. I lost it. Sir Hell, hello. How are you? I'm sorry, Bolo. Go ahead and give us your thoughts, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Mandrell, Mr. Black Man. What's the dealio?
What's going on?
What's up, Bolo? Give me that wisdom.
I'm good.
Give me the wisdom, Bolo.
You almost had my voice, Black Man. You almost had my voice. You had me dying.
He's got it.
This is what I'm going to say, man. I've been listening to my man Mandrell for a minute, and I've been trying to figure out, really just trying to figure him out because, he's a good brother. He got a good spirit. And a lot of the times when you're coming from a counselor's perspective, when a person says, and I'm not saying this is you, Mandra, I'm just giving an example. When a man screams, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, from a counselor's perspective, you're not hearing him say he's a man. You're hearing him really cry out for help because all his life he's been treated nothing but, if that makes sense, right? So when you keep saying that it's them, it's them, it's them, it's pointing back that it's you. It's you. And I want you to really hear what I'm saying to you.
I am, and I'm here. He's on to something, security boss.
It took a lot for me to figure this out on this road to the Most High. And it's not about, I'm not even, on this road that I was on trying to find myself, it wasn't even about women. It wasn't about women. It was about me. About understanding who I am as a man, what my intentions and what my direction is, what my relationship with the Father is. See, a lot of us come into this with pre-notion thinking that if I get with the Father, he's going to give me something. They don't get into it in a sincere spirit. And I'm not saying that that's you. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, just take out what you can. What I'm saying to you is this has to be a selfless act. It has to be a selfless act. And this is why you keep running into what you're running into. Because every time you think you got it and you go back out into the world, something goes wrong. Then you go back to the drawing board and you keep trying to figure this out. And every time you try to figure it out.
Hold that thought. You know what time it is. Mandrell, do I not see your shoulders moving? What's wrong with you? All right now. Yeah. Sir Hell, thank you so much for that $9.99 super chat. Mandrell act like he don't want to move his shoulders, but guess what? He moved them.
No, I'm texting my sister, told her mom with Black Man Unfiltered and security boss.
What?
Bolo's beat me up for the 9th time this week.
That, man, I'll never beat you up, man, because
No, I know, Bolo. No, I do appreciate your wisdom. And here's the thing. I've never been normal when it comes to Black people.
You ain't never been normal.
Here's the thing. The thing is that this is what I'm saying about Bolo's onto something. And I think Bolo's finally figured it out. Because when it comes to like growing up, Black and everything, I pick up on all that stuff really quick, but I was always that kid who never stayed in the echo chamber. I always wondered what was outside of it.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into like not only rap music, but okay, rock and roll, classic rock,
Yes, sir. Yes,
other
sir.
different genres of music. I got into art. I got into athletics and different types of athletics, not just football and track, but boxing, martial
Right.
arts. I did stuff Black people did and other cultures did too. You
But
know, and
Mandrell,
so
if
when I
he's
come back to Black culture and I have all this
Mandrell,
stuff, huh?
if he's on to something, let him get through. Hold on. Go ahead.
to it,
Hold on. I
Mama.
need to hear that point.
Thank you. So the point that I was making is, okay, try to picture a circle and then picture two circles below that circle. The circle on the left is man. The circle on the right is women. The circle on top is the Lord. This is what we have to understand, Mandrell, is that before, now use me, before I'm a father, before I'm a husband, a man of God. Now, some men are not made to be fathers, some men are not made to be husbands. But the one thing that we're always made to be is in the image of Him, right? And it's the same thing for women. Some women are not made to be mothers, some women are not made to be wives. But the one thing that they will always be is a woman of God. That love is supposed to be it's supposed to be perpendicular. It goes up to the Lord first. I'm not worried about no woman. I'm worried about my relationship with Him. Because when I know that I'm in a good relationship with Him, I'm good because He is all, right? He's the knowledge of all. He controls it all. So now that woman that's in the same trajectory as me, she's in that same perpendicular relationship with the Lord herself. Now, when we meet each other, that's when that love becomes linear. The love becomes linear because we're tapped into each other. I'm not going to need to tell her what she needs to do because she's already tapped in. This is why you find a wife. This is why the Lord tells you a man that finds a wife is a good thing. And what's the opposite of that? Her finding a husband. Because you're already in alignment. How the hell do you know she's a good wife? You have to be in alignment with Him to know it. This is what we don't get. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't understand that position. We just want to look at the woman and then just focus on that. It's us, man, and her. And what I mean by that, meaning you're focused so much, I don't want to say anger, but you have a jaded thought process towards women. And it's really not them. Your anger or your jaded thought process is towards you. It's not towards them. And understand what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying that you don't think that you're a man or something like that. What I'm saying to you is the thought process that you look at these women with, you really need to look within yourself because it's easy to blame everyone else. It's harder to blame you because once you know you're the blame, guess what you need to become? The solution. It's easy for me to sit there and say it was black man's fault, but what part did I play in it? What part did I play in her being a bimbo? Why am I only meeting bimbos? Why am I
There
only
you
meeting
go.
these chicks that are out of control? Why am I only meeting these chicks that want my bread? Why am I meeting these chicks that are disrespectful? What am I doing? Your vibe attracts your tribe. The vibe that you put out is attracting these women subconsciously, subliminally, and spiritually.
That's the answer I'm looking for.
So,
That is why, like, I reached out to Security Boss. I'm trying to find the answer. What am
no,
I doing wrong?
you
What
got
am I
the
doing wrong? I mean, I don't put it on women.
no,
I don't
but
put it
what
on women. I am
well,
looking for the answer. Like, what am I doing wrong?
no, stop. What you do is you're very passive aggressive. You have a good mild spirit, but you're passive aggressive.
He was creative.
I'm looking for a good woman, but these bimbos just can't hold a conversation. It's passive aggressive, my G. That's what that is.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? Brother, I'm surrounded by psychologists on my channel, G. I had to learn something. So I had to have learned something. What if
You're
the
right
one
too.
the
You're right too. I'm not gonna lie. You're right.
and listen, right? Be quiet and listen. So what I'm saying to you is when you make those statements, a person who's understanding is going to sit down and go, okay, why did he make that statement? It's real easy for us to blame her, but let's think deeper. You see, a person can walk into a room with a nail in their head, and they can be telling you their problem. But us as human beings, we look at that nail in the head and say, if we take that nail out their head, all their problems are solved. even though this person is telling you the issues that they have. But you know what we're looking at? We're looking at the obvious, the nail in the head. See, when you talk on other panels, people are looking at the nail in your head. They're not listening to what you're really saying subconsciously and subliminally. They're looking at the nail in your head and they're saying that if we just give him this advice, he'll get it. But I'm saying to you that I've been thinking about you for a minute, and I'm not looking at the nail in your head. I'm looking at what you say subconsciously. The problem is you. So when security boss is telling you, chill on shorties for a minute, chill on, social media for a minute, what she's saying to you is meditate, get into you and who you are as a man. It's only going to help you. It's not going to help nobody else. This is going to make you a better man and give you a better relationship with your creator. Because when you have a better relationship with your creator, he will then give you the know-how and the knowledge to maneuver around these quote unquote, forgive me, bimbos, thoughts, whatever you want to call them. And it's vice versa for the women. He will give them that knowledge to maneuver through the pookies, the ray-rays, the idiots, the dummies. We keep thinking we can do it ourselves. You've been doing it yourself. Has it worked? That's a question.
No,
has it worked? Okay. So the problem with man is we're hard-headed. We continue to think that we can do it when we can't. It's not a defeatist attitude. It's an attitude in saying that, you know what? Why am I fighting against the man? And Jeremiah 29:11 said, I already set it up for you. Mandrill, I already set up a path for you, dog. Why do you keep fighting me? Why are you fighting me? You could have met your shorty already. And here's the thing. I'm trying to save you from meeting her now. Because if you meet her now, you're going to lose her with the attitude you have now. So get it together. You're supposed to meet her, but you're prolonging your gift. The only one that could mess up your gift is you. Can't nobody else. Because what's meant for Mandrell is meant for Mandrell. So what I'm going to say to you is meditate, my G. It's not about the women. We keep thinking it's about them. It's not. It's about us. The same thing I would say to a woman if she was in your situation. It's not about the men. It's always been about the person and their connection to the Father. The reason why we keep bumping our heads is we keep letting his hand go. Security boss just told you, I'm not caught up in what goes on here, man. I'm worried about the next life. This is what we don't understand. Sex is temporal. Sex is just the thing to introduce you to that person. This is why when you look back in the days, 90, 150-year-old people are still together. It wasn't for sex. Sex was that intro. Don't get it twisted. I'm not telling you sex isn't important, but it's not as important as the spiritual and the mental and the emotional. It's not, because that will fail soon. But the one thing that will never fail is you holding on to that woman's hand and her holding on to yours and saying, this is my life. My father lost my mom. I lost my mother. He lost his world. There's a difference. He lost a part of him. This is what we're not looking for. We're not looking for a part of us. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you, young G. You keep blaming them. You keep getting upset at them. You keep calling. Your passive aggressiveness is stopping you from connecting to the Most High and getting you the woman that you believe you should have. And I believe you should have it too. But at the same time, the Lord is not going to give a good woman to a man that's not deserving of it. I promise you he ain't going to do that. So the onus is on you to take accountability and responsibility and get yourself right with the Most High so that when you knock on that door, you're ready. He's going to hand it to him. That's it.
That's it. So listen, my man Drill, I'm not going to even give you an opportunity to say anything. I want you to receive it.
No need.
And we'll talk
He
about
said it all.
There you go. So listen, guys, security boss needs to go. I appreciate you, Mandrell Bolo. I love it, love it, love it, love you all. Chat, I thank you so much for being here. I love your comments. Big Bad Bull, love it. Miss Creative, I hate you came in late, but you're on it. All of you are on it. Thank you so much. I'm going to be here on Wednesday night with Anton Daniels. Make sure you all come back because we're going to be talking about this, marriage. Y'all know what he said. The black community is trash. We on that too. We're talking about it all. And I need y'all support. I need y'all here on Wednesday at 8:15. Black man, you know you got to be here. Mandrell, I'm gonna give you a pass. Please come on Wednesday night. Even though I told you to stay off social media, please come on Wednesday night. All of you, Jay, please come on Wednesday night. So listen, guys, I got something I need to take care of. But thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here. Black man, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank y'all. Have a good night, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Listen to flow. It's so different with distance we roam into zones where nothing get heard anymore. I just wish I was home when I step through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too scared to usher off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in a daze, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove here away. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Think about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably want to beat my to death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can fall out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist the spliff and laugh and relax. Now you crying, and I'm trying to find the reasons. So I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black? I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. You say that all is good. You say that all is great. I say that y'all can't hang. And that's cause y'all seem fake. That's cause y'all seem. You say that all is good. You say that all is great. I say that y'all can't hang. And that's cause y'all seem fake. That's cause y'all seem. Hope for a minute you'd notice me, but you didn't. Try living out a dream, but got caught up in something different. Think I'm probably just a piston and inner workings of engines. Put my pen down for a second, end up watching it as it trembling. Cause I've been trembling, look around and I'm feeling frightened. Put my head down for a minute, pick it up and then watch his life. Pretended righteous and realize that my evil just be something that's a part of me. Partly I'm keeping see-through. So you can watch your bits and pieces when I eat you and see my inner demons when I scream and try and reboot. But peace to it. Walk away and throw my deuces up. Tracks from my brother who died, who never knew me much. For that, who trashed me, all I threw was love. For my moms who always put up with my stupid stuff, grew me up, placed a kiss on every single bruise and cut. For suburban stoners getting high and making Lucy runs. For everybody who threw me love, I'm here to throw it back. It's that strange cat from the cul-de-sac trying to flow around. So exact, it extract my mental straight from my pencil onto page over instrumentals. I'm kind of feeling like a sage. Get your incidentals and go and throw them all I made. I'm getting paid. I think it's time I go my way. This is the anthem, baby. Let's get the burning up the sage. Let's get the dancing, baby. Cause now we hanging out with Greg. You say that all is good. You say that all is great. I say that y'all can't hang. And that's cause y'all seem fake. That's cause y'all seem. You say that all is good. You say that all is great. I say that y'all can't hang. And that's cause y'all seem fake. That's cause y'all seem. Guess it's another rap on printer paper that you'll never see. I ain't past the past, cause I'm passing sticks with the scent of weed. Till my past catch up, my mask collapse, and I'm left with me. My dad's asking the passion to breathe the death of me. But my dad's a bastard, and I'm the captain of the 7 seas. But maybe that's ass backwards. with a legend speech. I'm a cat bag and my pack is all to the left of me. We passing Dutchies to the right and say we living recklessly. But I don't know why I say smoke, cause now I never do. Guess I got a lot of stoner friends and think they hella cool. But who the hell is you? Guess that's the question needed. Wish you could break it down in a lesson and find the better pieces. But I'm a college dropout, questioning my message thesis. I'm off the pot now, thinking that's the way I better keep it. I lost my thought, now my brain derailed and we're off the tracks. My mama wished I was a poet, but what you got was right. You say that all is good. You say that all is great. You say it all can change. But it all seems fake. But it all seems. You say it all is good. You say it all is great. You say it all can change. But it all seems fake. But it all seems.